Where did Julia come from? Where did she go? Okay, let's see. Hi, I'm not under arrest, am I? I'm too young and peppy to go to jail. I have no reason to steal the orbs. Honest. Now, I know what you're thinking. There was an explosion, so it had to be me, right? And that's fair. That's a reasonable course of thought no one could blame you for having. But even I'm not dumb enough to actually blow up the train we're moving on. What if there was a chain reaction and every individual car blew up like in those movies, creating a freak accident and killing everyone? I'm an arsonist, not a mass murderer. Okay, what's your alibi? Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but I can explain. During the blackout, I was hiding under the table. Which table? It's not because I was scared, promise. It's just, I didn't expect the lights to be out for so long. I thought it would be a brief flicker. So I thought it would be funny if when the lights went out, I ducked under the table and then they came back on. And then my date would be like, huh? Where'd she go? Then I'd pop up and be like, boo, and I totally got him. Then the lights never came back up, and then I thought it might be a while, but I had already committed to the bit. And so I thought maybe the lights will stay out for a while. Maybe I can just go get a snack while I'm waiting for them to come back. So I crawled out and came back, and then the lights turned on, and now I'm under arrest. You have to help me. I just wanted to boo him. Okay, well that lines up with what Crodberry said. Crodberry did say that Julia came by the snack cart, and she's saying she went by there for a snack, so that checks out. It was Miss Crodberry in the ballroom with the candlestick. No, I don't know that. But that would be funny. I don't think this train even has a ballroom. Or a candlestick. Anyway, okay. This is gonna sound really bad, but I'd rather you hear it from me than him. Me and that guy were totally talking about how we'd rob this train. Wait, what? Just hypothetically. Entirely hypothetically. We said I could go distract the conductor, not blow up the engine, and maybe turn the lights out, while he snuck into the back to nab the orbs. But it was just for fun conversation. We weren't going to go through with it. And for the record, he brought it up, not me. Okay? I'd be more surprised if she didn't do it. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, Maxwell. Well, it seems like we're on opposite sides again, but I'm innocent as innocent can be. What have you got to ask me? You know, I don't think there's a point in denying this one. Either of the orbs has power enough that could give me the edge I need to bring the Magma Gang back to glory. That's just a no-brainer, right? I'd just be making myself look more suspicious if I lied about that. I'd love to give you an alibi. I was sitting right here the whole time. Didn't move an inch, like a good little boy. The problem is, the person who could corroborate that story disappeared herself. Which I'm guessing leaves me in the, okay. She and I were having a lively conversation. No idea why she'd just up and run off unless she got a very wrong idea. Well, I hate to do this. That Julia girl said some pretty suspicious things. She suggested how she could go ahead to the front and make the lights go out herself. And then lo and behold, out they went. But she was right here when that actually happened. So I don't imagine how she could have done that. Unless she uses an electrode, right? I'm imagining an interesting scenario in which she bowls it down the center of the train, scoring a strike in the engine room. But I didn't see any of that, so best to discount it. She's suspicious, but I don't think she's guilty. Okay, so from what I'm gathering here is that they were having their conversation, the lights went out. At that point, Julia decided to hide under the table. The lights were out for too long, so she left to go get a snack in the snack cart. That's what I'm getting from that, I think. But yeah, for when it seems like none of them, I don't know. I'm annoyed. That couple in there was definitely talking about pulling off a heist on this train. When the lights went out, I was so sure they were going to do it, and that guy has been annoying me the whole ride. I was going to stick my leg out and trip him in the dark as soon as he started walking back to the storage car. But he never did. A few others came and went, but he really was right there the whole time. How I wish I could have seen him fall flat on his face. Okay, so this guy's even saying that Maxwell never left that spot. Interesting. Am I cursed? Did a hoopa jinx me? Is my fate to suffer misfortune after misfortune every time I so much as venture outside? Don't tell me you suspect me too. Okay, sure. I've been known to go extreme for the sake of the environment. And sure, the blue orb has been said to be a powerful water source, and together with the red orb, could reshape the climate. And sure, the condition of the climate is a growing threat that nobody seems to either know what to do about, or care enough to help. Do you see, that's Orderly John back there. That is Orderly John back there hiding behind the boxes. Do you see that? That is so suspicious. Why is he hiding back there? That doesn't mean I was going back there to steal the orbs. Although if someone did steal the orbs, they should definitely use them to help the planet. That's just a true statement of fact. Think about it. Okay, so this isn't the most positive alibi, but at the time of the incident, I was being detained by that officer over there. He caught me over here, just looking for the bathroom, I swear. And he held me up the entire time until it was already too late. What do you mean by that? I mean until the lights came back on. There's no way I could have had a chance to go get them. I'm glad you asked. You know that Crodberry woman? I happened to come into some information when looking around at her role in the city, and I think she wants the orbs. Something about selling them off for corporate use. She has a history of illegal trading, and this is right up her alley. And who knows what she'd buy with all the money she could get from selling them. Don't trust anything she says. So what I'm getting at, this could be a multiple person job. Like, I don't think it could be one person. Like, maybe one person, came to the front, caused the blackout, while the other person went to the back and actually stole the orbs. Like, I don't think Crodberry was the one to go to the back to steal the orbs, but she could have been the one to cause the blackout. She was the closest one to this cart over here because she was in the snack cart. So that could have happened. I was standing on guard back here at the time of the incident. First I caught Sandy attempting to run into the storage room. Then someone else ran by me, but I couldn't catch them. I heard a great deal of shuffling and a deep voice cried out. Then no more. Notably, I did not hear the back door of the storage cart open. There seemed to be screaming coming from 2 carts down the line. So I wonder if that simply masked it. Alright, what are you doing? What do you want? Motives? Motives for what? What motive could I possibly have to steal the red and blue orbs and use them to return Team Meteor to their former might? Okay. I need no alibi, for I am innocent. And because, although I confess I may have charged towards the storage car with the intent of stealing, just a glance at the orbs, I was assailed in the darkness by all of these boxes. I tripped on one and stumbled back here, passed out, and then when the lights were back on, I thought it wisest to remain hidden. It was not wise. I may have hit my head. I haven't seen much of the others, except for stepping on that boy as he was hollering about something or another. I swear that child screams louder than some of our toughest cases at Dr. Connell's clinic. Eustace, his name was. I believe I saw that scream name in the CC of the message I received about this train ride. Eustace Overlord, I believe it was. What a devil child. He was certainly planning something. But I suspect several others of the notable passengers of this train received the same message I did. The orbs were aboard. They could be stolen, it said. There were 5 recipients of the message besides myself. Oh, really? So wait. So 5 people. It was leaked to 5 people about the orbs. Someone was clearly setting all of this up, but who could it be? Yo, what if it's the chief? Or somebody like one of the officers, or even the conductor? He said there were 5 recipients. I'm assuming those 5 were Orderly John. Him and Eustace are confirmed because he even just said Eustace Overlord. But those 2, Crodberry, Maxwell, and then either Sandy or Julia, I don't know. But we've talked to everybody. Let's go ahead and talk to the chief here. This is the most lamentable turn of events. After all of our work, how could we still have failed to secure the orbs? It's completely baffling. The orbs were secured in this case to which only I have the key. No one has taken the key from me, yet there's no sign of damage on the case. How could they have just disappeared? And where are they now? Indeed, I was keeping a close eye on the passengers in the time leading up to the blackout. Not too much of anything happened, but I'll tell you everything I did notice. The child Eustace seemed to be making a fuss about everything he could, ordering even my officers this way and that for the most trivial of things. I had wondered if he had been trying to occupy their attention for something, but he is a child after all. Miss Crodberry was making a similar stink. She kept walking out of the center car, but as soon as she saw me, she would just yell something about the food being miserable and head back. I saw several others pass by to and from the dining cart. But thinking about it, a couple of them, such as Sandy and John, may have ended on the opposite side from where they started. I also noticed Julia and that gang leader consorting, whispering a bit here and there. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I felt it best not to intervene in a date without more evidence. After a time, the lights went out. I sent my men forward just in case, and went to check on the engine room at once. It's as you know it from there. Our initial investigation has turned up 6 possible suspects. First, Miss Crodberry. A shrewd shrew. We're aware she's engaged in illegal underground trading in the past. Second, Sandy. The reserve... Wait, I did not know Sandy was the reserve ground type leader. Wait, really? Interesting. Well, it's a shame to suspect a league member. She's shown a past willingness to violate the law for admittedly well-intentioned activism. Third, former Magma Gang leader Maxwell. His gang has been dissolved, but he has an extensive history of heists, and it's hard to deny the orbs could have a particular relevance to him. Fourth, a former orderly and Team Meteor operative named John. He was released on bail after being captured during the Agate City raid. Lord only knows how he got the funds for it. He claims to have left Team Meteor behind, but I find it difficult to trust him nonetheless. Fifth, Electric Reborn gym leader Julia. We've let her get away with a lot due to her status and influence, but forget thinking twice. We'd be lucky if she thought once about blowing something up. The state of the engine room, unfortunately, makes her a prime suspect. Finally, Eustace, a child from the Lapis Ward. Eustace has no documented criminal record, but he seems to be a particularly troubled child, as well as an intelligent one. A dangerous combination, and it manifests in an apparent total ethical blindness, which has led him to skirt several laws already. In each incident, he's been completely absolved on legal technicalities. To be honest, the child is terrifying when he wants to be. That said, regrettably, it's a full house of fools. There's always a chance that someone else could be involved, but to our research, these 6 seem the most likely by far. Okay, well, You're done investigating already. Are you quite sure? Yes. Chief, the red orb has been found. Truly. Excellent news. Let us assemble at once. Bring the orb and all the primary suspects to the dining cart. I'll be there at once. Where'd they find it? Report. I have the red orb right here. I was trying to see what repairs I could make to the engine, and I just found it inside. Inside the engine, you say? Yes, sir. I have no idea how it could have gotten there. The front end wasn't even accessible until I cleared away some of the debris. Give it here. I see. There's not a mark on it. Even if it were sturdy enough to remain undamaged, if it were present at the time the engine exploded, we'd expect to see some kind of soot or grime on it. This must have been placed in the engine at some point after the initial destruction. So during the blackout? Like they stole it, ran over there to hide it, and then, yeah, it was found. Maybe? Obviously, even a basculin could deduce that. Silence, child. You'll speak when spoken to. And whenever else I please. Officer, did your search yield anything? No, sir. We thoroughly searched all 6 primary suspects, and there is no sign of the blue orb. And you violated at least 8 privacy laws in the process. Young man couldn't resist getting a... Jesus! Can't say I blame you, but I don't want your grubby paws coming near me at any time in the future. I took no pleasure in it, ma'am. With all due respect, I would rather eat the entire Tourmaline Desert 1 spoonful of sand at a time than touch you again. You foul-mouthed barbarian. When we get back to the city, I'll sue you sideways. I'll make you regret the day you ever crawled out of your mother's... Jesus. Ma'am, if you speak one more word, I will personally throw you out of this train and strand you in the desert. The red orb was found at the opposite side of the train from where it was stolen. The blue orb is still missing. I'm beginning to have my suspicions. But before that, Mark, tell me the results of your investigation. Presumably, you spoke to each of these suspects. Please, talk to the person you find the most suspicious here. Oh boy. I think it was you! Oh, do I have to choose one of the 6? Oh, dang. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we... Oh man, do we get enough... Like, if we're talking about the blue orb, obviously Sandy would be the most... I'm just gonna take a guess and say it was Maxwell. I'm gonna take a guess here. Are we doing this again? Is Maxwell the culprit? Yes. I should have figured you'd be determined to stand against me to the bitter end. So be it. Let's rage it out like a wildfire. Wait, I'm battling him? Does that mean I got it right or wrong? Oh boy. I wasn't prepared for a battle, especially with my Vanillux out front. Really, dude? Oh, the sun's gonna be annoying. That was good damage. Oh, it's Mega Houndoom. My banded? I think I'm choice banded. Oh. Oh, I couldn't survive that. God dang it. How long is this sun gonna last, man? Thing's been up forever. Please hit. Please hit. Oh, come on, dude. Okay, it finally went away. Oh, well, it's back. Oh, I survived on 1 HP. Let's go. That was cool. Didn't expect that. Dude, can you stop with the Confuse Ray? And of course I get unlucky. This thing has Thunder Punch. Oh, I survived! Let's go! Huge. Absolutely massive. I'm gonna lose this dude because all I have left are Mon's weak to fire. Okay. Okay. So was I right or wrong? I don't know. Order, order, I say. This is not due process. Everyone stand down. We'll take the accused into custody and then... Wait, what? Mark? Why is water coming out of your bag? Bah, youth these days don't even know how to store water right. Mark, check your bag. Oh. I actually have to check my bag. I didn't know I... Oh my god, it's there! But how? Impossible. The blue orb was in your bag all along? How could this be? Quickly, give it here, and we'll have to restore this. We'll have restored the set. What? Okay, my only guess is that the orbs weren't taken. They were teleported away. Like one orb got teleported into the engine, the other got teleported into my bag. That's the only thing that makes sense, because the chief did say he had the only key, and the container they were contained in, it didn't have... There was no tampering with it. Like, it wasn't, you know? So that's the only thing I can think of, is that either a Pokemon, I'm assuming it had, nope, it had to be a Pokemon, right? A Pokemon teleported the orbs out of the case, and that's how it ended up in our bag. Officer, do you mean to say that we've been accused of thievery, despite the fact that the orb's caretaker had it the entire time? How dare you waste all of our time and energy on this? Some of us have places to be, you know. You had nowhere to be, child. We're all trapped on this train. Wait, why did Mark even have the orb? What was the point of all this? As it were, I do have my own theories about that. Let us consider, Mark was trusted and assigned to guard the orbs, but was not given proper custody of them. After the lights went out, Mark came forward to the engine to report that they had been stolen. I left to investigate, and the red orb would later be found in the engine room. Conductor, was there any point after I left the room during which Mark could have stowed the red orb safely away in the debris? Perhaps if you looked away for just the wrong moment. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. The compartment that it was found in was blocked from the front, so it would have been difficult. But can you say with 100% certainty that Mark couldn't have hidden it there? 100% conductor, not one less. I guess I can't be that certain. There you have it. What? Mark must have been plotting to steal the okay, it's the chief. It's 100% the chief, dude. Why are you turning this around on me? What? Mark must have been plotting to steal the orbs all along. Frame an innocent and come back to collect them later. It's just a stroke of luck that there wasn't a chance to hide the blue orb. Perhaps this could have been expected. For the champion, who's used to always winning, used to always getting everything there is to get, simply because it exists. It is only understandable though tragic, that such a person should fall victim to entitlement. Hold on, your story doesn't make sense. You said Mark stole the orbs when the lights went out, but how did they even make the lights go out when they were all the way at the other end of the train? Well, I hate to do this, but weren't you the one who said that you could distract the conductor long enough to flip the lights and give someone else cover to steal them? You. How could you? I was going to kiss you. That was a private and strictly theoretical discussion. Listen, I'm not saying you did it. I'm just saying it's possible Mark had an accomplice. A fair point, which raises the question, just how did the lights go out? Were they turned off manually or forcibly cut? Conductor? I don't think they were flipped. There was no one else there at the time, at least as far as I knew. I would like to check for myself to be certain. Did a Puku Muku throw up on all of your brains, or are each of you just naturally this stupid? Mark wouldn't need an accomplice to steal what they were already tasked to guard. True. Like, nobody was there with us. We could have just taken the orbs. We didn't even need to turn the lights out. In fact, the lights would never have needed to go out at all. It raises too much attention. It's about plausible deniability. Don't talk to me about plausible deniability. Plausible deniability is all that my godforsaken employers ever care about. How much plastic byproduct can we dump without violating the law this? Offshore tax account that? Just change the policy, they say. As if anyone in this wretched city listens to the wisdom of an old woman. What wisdom? You want to make it easier to... You know what I just realized? Everybody else is here except for the chief. What if he's not going to check anything and he's just leaving? What if he's just leaving the train? He has both orbs. Like, nobody went with him. Like, you would think, like, at least the conductor would go with him when he goes to check. But nobody went with him. We're all here arguing with each other. He has the orbs. He probably is dipping right now. I'm calling it, dude. You want to make it easier to damage the environment so your employer can make more money? What do you even gain from that? Don't you dare talk to me like that, you sniveling rodent. I know you. What is Oh, I thought he was levitating for a second. I was like, wait, what? No, he just backed up because he did not want to be in the middle of that. I know your type. If I so much as take a second to breathe, you'll shove so many morals down my throat that it'll activate my gag reflex. Lady, you're the last person I want to hear talk about gag reflexes. And what's that supposed to mean? Minimizing costs is just smart business sense. Leave it to the others to clean up the subsequent issues. Guys, that carelessness is going to translate into irreversible harm within just a few decades. Someone will fix it. I'll have you know, young man, that back in my day, I was the most coveted flower in the garden. Those content to be more peons. Wait, what? Those content to be mere peons will always take care of the real problems, while those who have the intellect to rise will always profit. That's not acceptable. Wanton destruction will always have its consequences. Guys, every stud from here to Johto was lining up to get a piece of little Crodberry. Jesus. You really need to stop. When I have ascended to the top of the corporate ladder, you'll see. Even if a moral obligation means nothing to you, it's critical to look out for the environment on which we ourselves depend for livelihood. And you better believe I was worth every holler. Jesus. I got a technique whelps like you aren't anywhere near ready for. Guys. Geez, if I'd known it was going to work that well, I would have turned on the caps lock sooner and saved us all the trauma. It's the best way to get attention and keep it, sweetheart. Take it from me. Never mind. Anyway, guys, where did the chief go? The recovery train has arrived. We can begin evacuating passengers back to Reborn City. The chief has disappeared. There's a huge portal in the engine car instead. Urgent message from Reborn City. The police chief was discovered tied up and disrobed in his bathroom. Oh God. So that was an imposter. What? The police chief took a portal to Reborn City just to get naked and practice shibari in his bathroom. No, ma'am. The chief that boarded the train was an imposter. Who cut the lights now? The backup power supply probably ran dry. 1 second, please. Somebody's gonna be missing. Oh no. Quickly. Now the reserve power won't last. Or quickly now, the reserve power won't last. You give chase to the thief. We'll take care of things here and get all of the passengers to safety. Got it.